Vice President Vance, meanwhile, offering an update on talks with Iran just moments ago and revealing negotiators are working toward a ceasefire that protects Israel's right to defend itself against attacks from Tehran's terror proxy Hezbollah in Lebanon.
We actually set up the right mechanism to ensure the regional ceasefire to manage the inevitable conflicts that will come up. We feel great about that. We're working with our allies from the Israelis to the Gulf Arabs to make sure that sticks, and we feel very, very good about where that is.
Let's bring in Michael Oren now, former Israeli ambassador to the U.S. Welcome to you, sir. Do you agree with the vice president? Do you feel good about this?
Good to be with you, Sandra. I think you're going to have a hard time finding any Israeli who's going to agree with that tonight. The mood in this country is very, very somber. The administration last night announced the creation of a special unit composed of Pakistan, Qatar, and Iran to oversee the ceasefire in Iran. Israel's not involved in it. It's not even mentioned in that announcement. It's not just, giving the fox care of guarding the hen house. It's keeping the farmer out of the farm. And I can't think of anybody in the state of Israel that would welcome that. The report on the Israeli news tonight is that Benjamin Netanyahu is actually in a state of panic over these announcements.
Okay. This is what we've most recently heard from Benjamin Netanyahu. This is earlier today on IDF freedom in Lebanon. It's translated. Listen.
Our fighters in southern Lebanon have full freedom of action to thwart any direct or developing threat to them or to the residents of the north. The IDF has no restrictions on this matter. I stand behind them. The entire nation stands behind them.
I hear you say that there's a somber tone there this evening, Ambassador. So as we do listen to the words from Benjamin Netanyahu, what does this mean for the grander view of this war?
Well, the key word in Netanyahu's remarks was developing threat. Under the Biden administration, Israel was able to strike back not just at imminent threats, but developing threats from Hezbollah in Lebanon, according to the ceasefire of October 2024. Now, under this new arrangement, Israel can respond to imminent threats, not to developing threats. That is Hezbollah. You see a Hezbollah a terrorist carting a missile. You can't shoot him unless he's actually got the missile on his shoulder and ready to fire. And that's a very strict, very harsh restriction for the state of Israel. And so basically, Netanyahu is saying, well, we're not going to abide by it. We're going to strike out at developing threats as well. Now, this is good, putting the state of Israel on a certain clash course with the administration, which is now basically conceding the Iranian demand of connecting the Lebanese situation to the Hormuz situation. And I understand that there are Israeli negotiators now in Washington trying to work out some type of compromise with the administration on this. But I must say, Sandra, that Israel's wiggle room on this is close to zero. We have much of the population of Galilee, an area that's very dear to the hearts of many Americans. Galilee is uninhabitable tonight, with tens of thousands of people have fled Hezbollah rocket and drone fire, and no Israeli government could put up with that for a long time. Israel is going to have to act to defend its land and people.
The Wall Street Journal writes that Donald Trump and J.D. Vance are echoing the anti-Israel left. You agree with that?
Well, and some of their positions are actually to the left of Biden and to the left of Obama. I don't think they'd like hearing that, but that's the reality as seen from Israel. And it's hard because this is a matter of, it's not a matter of gas prices with us, with all due respect to gas prices. It's a matter of life and death. It's a matter of the security of our children and grandchildren. So again, we do not have much maneuverability there. Our margin for error is close to zero. And the last thing the state of Israel wants to do is get into any type of disagreement with this president, who has been an excellent president for Israel in every other respect. And I hope that we can work together, our teams, to work out a compromise solution that is satisfactory to America's need in the negotiations with Iran, but also Israel's primary need to defend our land and people.
Yeah, this obviously puts, as you've been describing, Israel into an uncomfortable, to say the least, sort of strategic position. So a best case scenario for Israel and its relationship with the United States, what happens next here?
What happens next is that Israel retains its freedom of operation in southern Lebanon to defend the people of Galilee, but also that the United States will also return to the original goals of the war, which was addressing not just Iran's nuclear program, but also its ballistic missile program, its support for terrorist groups. Right now in these negotiations, the United States is not working to sever Iran's connection with Hezbollah and other terrorist groups. It's actually working to protect and reinforce Iran's protection, Iran's connection to Hezbollah, and that poses a major threat, not just to the state of Israel, but it deeply threatens the sovereignty of Lebanon, another American ally, because Hezbollah is owned and operated wholly by Iran. Just tonight, Israeli forces uncovered a major missile factory under a mountain, not far from our border, that was built, financed, and engineered by Iran.
All right, Ambassador, I appreciate you joining us in the evening there. Your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, John.